Hey everybody, welcome to the Forge the Narrative Monday Night Webcast. My name is Paul Murphy. I'm joined tonight by Justin Troop.
Get it? All right there. It's all right there.
You're not going to be able to see his face because we're still messing with technology. We had Josh Ginn.
Hello, everybody.
If you can imagine what he looks like, he was with me a few weeks ago as he was passing through on the way to Huntsville, and thankfully he's going to join us today, even in spirit. It's like the ghost of somebody who might be able to talk about 40K.
Yeah, great.
It's always, nice to have a third voice.
I got lots of good questions today to talk about on the show. We're promoting this Warzone Atlanta tournament. Maybe you've heard of it. Hopefully you have. We are offering, it's November 13th to the 15th, we're offering free objective markers for the first 50 people to sign up. I'm proud to say that we are about to give away our last objective marker set. So if you've not registered already and you care about the objective markers, then please register now. If you can't, you got to wait till later. Certainly understand, but I can't hold the objective markers, unfortunately. But anybody that wants to come, I'll make sure you can come. So if there's any kind of extenuating circumstances or whatever, you can't get your ticket till a little bit later. That's also cool too. Happy to provide as much fun as we possibly can.
Don't worry, guys. I can't even get the objective markers held for me.
Nope.
It's not even fair, right? What are the perks?
You better register soon. There's a place to put a promo code in there for the website registration. Whoever puts in the most creative promo code, I may buy you a drink.
Well, I'm going to win that because I have inside secrets.
But guys, real pumped about the event. Happy to see we got a lot of activity in the Warzone Atlanta Facebook event page.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on there pretty much all day, as much as I'm on the Forge the Narrative Facebook page, chatting up with folks. Real happy. If you have any questions, anything you want to go over about the event, please let us know. I put up kind of a model policy today because it's important. We're a hobby-oriented, competitive group. We have some of the best hobby people in the nation in my geographic area, and building and painting and modeling and stuff like that is very, very important to these types of events.
Yeah, I noticed one thing too that you posted about having the GW equivalents for like demons and stuff like that for summon units. Is that like across the board? Because I know like myself, I have some off-brand stuff, so would I not be able to use that?
If you have any question on whether or not you think anything applies to the policy, please let me know. It'd be best just to snap a picture. Everybody's got camera phones now. Just snap a picture. Put it right up in there. Heck, I could say it sucks, and then you got 10 other people come behind me and tell me I'm an idiot. So the best thing is to get it out there. You can also email it if you just want to email it to the warzoneatlanta@gmail.com email address, or my email address if you got it, whatever. But it's best to route everything to Warzone email address so we've got a record, because Kelly and I both checked that, and I've kind of, since he is a lawyer and loves the rules, I've kind of let him field most of the rules questions. I got all the questions about having a good time.
Yeah.
It's my department. Good times Emporium.
We know how to. It's just fact.
Bill, Dean, Troy, Cody, Sal, Space Loot, Doc Savage, Steve. Good to see you guys. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I see some other folks populate coming in. Thank you all very much for joining us. I know that we take 2 weeks off. Was it 2 weeks? Week and a half?
It was an abbreviated week in there, wasn't there?
Anyway, we were not doing everything that we normally do. We are back to it. And so thank you all for catching up with us and keeping it here.
Yeah, definitely good to be back. Last week, I don't even remember what happened last week.
Stuff happens, man.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I know what happened.
Yeah,
I got drunk.
That was all on you. Justin has some epic unboxings he'd like to do this episode. I'm sure those are going to be amazing because he did such a good job on the last one.
I'm so good at those. It's like I think we got like 735 billion hits on the last one.
Oh yeah,
it's like a YouTube record.
It's a phenom.
I'm pretty good.
Definitely putting all the butts in the seats. The question I got today.
Hey, somebody's got it.
Yeah, I have the question. One of the questions I got today was, what happens when you tank shock a storm surge that is rooted to the ground?
That's a great question.
Yeah?
We've never had a rule that says you're locked in place, but I would think that the tank shock would still make a move and he would lose the benefit.
Well, let's check it out. So the rules for tank shock says you move the minimum distance, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now we have to think of, can this thing actually move? Does it say you just can't move in the movement phase? Does it say specifically that?
Are you talking about the storm surge part?
I'm talking about the storm surge.
Yeah. So it locks down. You got the rule?
Well, I'm waiting on. I didn't know if you had that maybe handy or whatever. But what it says, I don't know if it says that you just specifically can't move in the movement phase, or if it says you can't move at all. Because I think that has a big to do. And this is the kind of thing. I guess I wanted to talk about the process of how you kind of look at these things. First, you go and look at the storm surge, what the actual special rule is. And then you go and look at the actual tank shock rule. And then you see if there's any kind of potential rub or if it just spells it out. Because honestly, we might not even have to think about it. It might just be there for us to look at.
Yeah, I'm scrolling. I'm looking for this thing.
I know. Didn't know it was going to be hard questions this time, did you? I was going to sit here and do a little dance, talk about how cool 40K was.
Yeah, then we're going to talk about all the Forge World toys that we just saw over the weekend. We're doing homework now.
That's right.
There were so many better choices to make right
now. While you guys are looking that up, I just wrote an article on that new Mechanicus Titan. That thing is awesome.
I haven't seen any of that one yet. Which one is it?
The Mechanicus Titan. This thing is called. Let me just go. It's actually on the Forge World site.
The Cerastus or something like that?
It's Cerastus. Well, the Cerastus is like the name of giant knights.
Oh, okay.
It's the Cerastus Knights Atropos. Yeah.
Ooh, look at me go.
Yeah.
Looking at
supposed to be finding storm surge rules though.
I got sidetracked.
Not looking up Atropos.
Hey, the fact that I actually read that, you should, give me a small clap there, guys. Where? I cannot find this thing.
That Tau gun line behind the mobile Tau defense line, it's really not that bad. Yeah, you dig it? I mean, we've been talking about it's big. It's very big.
Here's what I think is going to be the kicker on that thing. I think that the defense line as is, when you buy it as the combination with all the different pieces out the box, I think you get that set of rules as if it's a formation. I saw today that it's going to be available in its separate components sometime in the future, but I think each component is itself going to have a function. So I think you're going to be able to piecemeal exactly what you want. So as is, I don't necessarily know if I like it for, say, a competitive setting because I don't feel like it helps you become more offensive. I think the last thing Tau really need is more, denial or disruption when people are trying to come at them. So I don't think it helps.
To me, it looked like it had a series of things you could buy one of or two of or whatever to make your own section, but you couldn't buy couldn't buy 8 of those rail cannons or whatever.
Well, I don't know.
You can't. No, that's what I'm saying. What I glanced at today, you couldn't do it.
Well, I think you're probably just be restricted to what's in the CAD. So if you can have one fortification, you can take that whole formation as a fortification, or you'll be able to take one piece as your fortification as part of a CAD or something.
What I'm saying is I think the Rampart, whatever it is, the Riptide Rampart or something, I'm butchering the words, whatever, but it gave you specific things you could upgrade it to or upgrade it with, and that section with the rail cannon was something you could not buy unlimited of. Or that's where I'm going.
Right.
But what I'm thinking is that you can do it almost as a bit of denial. I don't know what you can outrun. This is the fact that it moves is not very exciting to me. But you can at least put it up there and move back with it to maybe give yourself a little bit more room as you're firing all your, basically denying anybody you might have scouted or infiltrated up. You're kind of able to move a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, that was my thought process. Was like that Fire Warrior block that people were running there for a little bit, and it just, they move back, it moves back, and it just gives you like that potentially an extra round of rapid fire before you get charged.
Well,
I think that might be the only thing that I see it as good.
I think that people are going to do a lot of really creative things with the wording, because all it says is the part that has the blue acrylic, the we'll call it the rebounding or whatever part of it that shoots it back. All the
shieldy stuff, yeah.
All it says is it has to be between you and the target, like so semi-between. So if you can move that piece and kind of create angles, if they're dropping Devastators, if they're dropping other stuff, and you can move that and move other troops to force them to shoot through that at you, you're still getting the save even though you're not right on the fortification. It's in effect between you. So
yeah, before everyone figured out how the Aegis, how to work and get around the Aegis, some quite beneficial cover saves or model saves.
Yeah, but being able to move that and get a rebound shot out of it seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't think it sucks. I just guess to me it's just like I don't see myself going to be wanting to spend a lot of points on this, but I could be wrong. I reserve the right to be wrong about this, especially when I see the entire codex. Like this might slot right into, I can just get everything that shoots with the guns that I want to shoot and put it on this thing and just kind of scoot it around for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Treat it like some sort of cheesy, not cheesy, but like cheaper version of like an open-topped, like an open-topped vehicle of some kind that gives you a save and has a rail gun
Yeah.
and it lets all your I like that.
Yeah, I think so it has potential. I don't want to write it off, but I think it's going to need other stuff to go with it.
I like it with the new breach.
Tell me how I finally find the rules and it's in French.
Keep searching or learn French, whatever's quickest.
Whatever's quicker.
That's right.
I wish I was cool enough to just open the box and pull out the rules, but I don't actually have one. But the only thing I've got in the tank shock side of things that may make me lean more that direction is the specific language in there that speaks to the point of tank shock being an exception to the normal rule where you can't like run into enemy models or something like that. So it's explicitly stated. There's nothing, of course, that's going to override the lockdown rule. So
this is dumb. Like I'm really terrible at finding things on the internet. I don't understand why you still have faith in me on this one.
I would definitely think that they still have to take the morale check from it, so that's a minimum.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so.
So the good old days of taking one, Falcon and tank shocking an entire Tau army off because they're all leadership 7 are hopefully not coming back.
That is.
I give up.
That's rough. I don't even want to think about it. I do not want to explore the ramifications of that situation.
Right.
Oh man. Well, that was one of the
who out there knows how to search?
Go to Bold.
Like that's
Bold, or just type in Storm Surge and then find one.
That's where I'm going right now.
On what? Facebook? Like I'm terrible at this.
No. Go to bowls.org and then.
I think I'm there right now. Hold on.
Yeah, Sal's asking what's on our hobby plate. I've been working on these Grey Knight Terminators. Finally, I don't know what happened. I lost a set of Storm Bolters. Completely, off, don't know where they went, I had arms enough for every single one of the Terminators that I have, but somehow the Storm Bolters just went away. I don't remember ever using them for anything else. I can't imagine that I would have used them for anything else. But had to get them online, which I did, thankfully. So I finished now building this 2 squads of regular old Grey Knight Terminators. I'm going to prime them and get some paint on them this week. I intended to do this last week.
Yeah, you're some kind of a speed painter, so you should be done in 4 minutes.
Well, I mean, I've got a good technique for some of these things that I've painted a lot of. And so now I've got this down. What I'll do is I'll prime these gray, actual gray, and then there's Tamiya, Tomato.
Yep. I got you.
I want to say it's either dark copper. I don't have it right in front of me, or bronze. I can't remember exactly. And I'll base coat the whole thing that, and then I'll come in. And that's with the airbrush, and then I'll come in with shining gold at the 45 degrees, and then I'll hit the top. Then I'll hit the top with Vallejo Air Gold, because that is the brightest gold that I've found, and I love it, and it sprays the airbrush so well. It gives you a really, really bright gold, and then I knock all that bright out with as much Devlin Mud as I can put on here.
So I think I've solved the Storm Surge challenge.
All right, cool. I'll quit boring people with my hobby. Let me get my hobby finished out, and then I'll go back and highlight in with that air gold, because it also brushes very well. And you can hit the ridges.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it says is you can't make stomp attacks. So I will read.
We can't move either.
Anchors. In your shooting phase, in addition to, it's a little blurry because it's the picture off bowls, but in addition to firing normally, a Storm Surge can begin deploying its anchors. From then on, the Storm Surge cannot move under any circumstances or make stomp attacks. Okay, there it is.
Oh, there you go. Doesn't even say in the movement phase, under any circumstances.
Any circumstances.
So I believe if you tank shock a anchored Storm Surge, then you remove the model.
Ouch. Ouch.
I didn't point that out in my article, but I did point out how useless that was going to be, so never do it.
Yeah, if you put anchors down, I'm ramming a rhino in your throat, and I'm
I cannot wait to hit. Well, no, okay, to be fair, though, I mean, if you set it up right, then, the Gladius, people are not going to be able to get through all your stuff to get to that, but I don't know. That's nope, never do it. That's trash.
Why would you think they would get automatically removed from play?
Because you can't move to the minimum distance to get out of the way.
Oh, if you can't move, okay,
yeah. From the tank shock, yeah.
I mean, I'll read tank shock.
So he just gets ran over splat.
To make sure that, but I'm pretty sure that it says that you have to move the model, and if the model can't move to be minimum distance from whatever would be threatening it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm going off memory. There could be something in there that I'm missing.
Well, I guess you do get your lookout or your glorious intervention. Not glorious. What's that?
Death or Glory.
Yeah, Death or Glory attack. So I guess you could smash and go for the strength 10 one shot.
Yep. That's wild.
That's poop.
Well, I mean, I like it though, because it's a thing that we've still been seeing a lot,
Yeah. Well, yeah, free rhinos. So Lion's Blade and Gladius.
Somehow I doubt that they noticed that could have happened though.
This is a rule that's hard to design, right? It just sounds cool. Like it has to, because the Glitter Boys. I don't know if you remember Glitter Boys from Rifts and the Palladium game. They would come out with these big mechs and with this big gun, and they'd have to root themselves into the ground. And if they rooted themselves into the ground, they got like better hits or whatever with their. So it's very Glitter Boyish.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
So it's got. I mean,
it's.
I mean, I like the idea. Never do it in a game, ever. Just don't. Friends don't let friends root their Storm Surges.
Never deploy anchors. Yeah.
I'm still struggling with
this good quote to kind of get us back on track of our narrative side. Strange, is it not, that so many I wish beside me stand against me, while at my back are only the flawed and damaged. I am a master of broken monsters. Horace.
Oh man, I was way off. I was like, that sounds like something I'd say, but I'm not in a book.
Yeah. We lost Joshua for a second. I didn't think he was coming back because we had some.
My camera's done, Ski.
Oh. There you go. Yeah, Justin awesome. Coming in saying that Death or Glory is the only option. So you better get it done, and if you don't, 35 points or free. It could be 0 points. Crushing all your Tau dreams.
Turn 1. My Wave Serpent goes 24 inches forward.
Yes!
Bill's got a good point.
Storm Surge.
If you play the Relic, can you use the wall to move with it? I think you can. I think just you can't move more than 6 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're still allowed to embark and stuff, right?
You can. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you're embarking onto the terrain. I think you just climb onto it, and only Tau models can move. If any other model is on it, it can't move.
Yeah, I like that rule too. That was kind of neat. Like, It's a way to kind of keep it in place if you don't want it to maneuver the what's that word I'm looking for? The battlefield
Yeah.
movement stuff.
Look,
I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
It's only Monday, but it's been a
Footprint.
long week. I'm there for you, man.
Footprint.
Yeah, you
see,
can't
it was
move
coming.
over things.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't want to talk necessarily too much on it because I don't think that as you heard on the podcast, I don't think the moving is a big deal. It's just kind of neat, and that's kind of what we're getting from the towels. We're getting a lot of kind of neat stuff.
Yeah.
But it might all add up to being a really cool army.
Yeah, I mean, it pains me, man, but honestly, like the stuff that they have coming out, they look cool. For one, Tau has always looked pretty cool. I mean, minus a few things.
They just weren't quite there, man. They just weren't quite there. But these, they might.
I feel like we're like getting there, and then with the rules and stuff that we're seeing now, like I think Tau is going to be fun instead of just boring like it's been. I really think that there's like dynamics to the way that these units are working and interacting with each other.
I think the only thing dynamic, and I'm certainly not mean to come down. I think the only thing dynamic is the ghost keel.
Oh, that's the only thing I'm talking about too.
Okay, well, good. Now then can carry on, please.
Yeah, honestly, I think the ghost keel is literally going to be the gem of this book.
The savior of the whole army.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like, they're just too cheap, and what they bring to the table is just too good. I love it. I mean, you can't go wrong. 390 points or something like that, and you got like a million wounds.
It's not 390. It's 130 points.
Yeah, I'm talking about max that sucker out. Squad of 3.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, 390 points, and you're looking at all those drones, all the wounds. Like, it's just crazy. And a big footprint, good shooting. Can't go wrong, man.
I think it's going to
be down Dread Knights.
You'll be able to have like your boring crap out in the middle. And then with these things just kind of hopping around doing all this interesting stuff.
Yeah, with that jump, shoot, jump, and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't. I don't even know, man. Like, I don't even want to think about it.
We haven't seen any support systems yet. We're probably going to get. If I had to bet, we're going to get some more rumors leaked or discovered next Monday.
I hope so. I need to know what their relic support system stuff is.
Yeah.
Because I like those are the things that lately that we've been seeing have been like game changers for some codexes.
Most of the relics they follow, I guess a rhythm essentially where you've got a defensive relic, a shooting relic, a melee relic. And then like
the dumb relic.
Three dumb relics. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best
looks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's whatever. I mean, that's completely okay. I mean, a lot of the stuff does. Again, when you've got rules in a book, it kind of adds context, And I've played the guy that's taken the derpiest relics around just because that's what he felt was good for the whatever he was trying to do. And so I'm glad that they're there.
One of the relics, or like series of relics that I thought was actually really cool was with the War Convocation, because they're all free, right?
Yeah.
But none of them are like game changing, but they're all really fun. And since they're free, they're even more fun. I really thought we were going to see a little bit more of that in that aspect, but the Gladius thing kind of, I guess, is the new fly-by-night free stuff.
Well, here's Lou trying to be funny.
Wrong with it, I suppose,
he's sure that the next fact from GW will clear up all these issues.
Yeah.
Clever.
You heard it here first. The next fact is December 2020.
Troy
Ninth
has
edition comes
something
out.
very, very interesting to point out. That if you look into the sun long enough, you will realize how dumb you are. I can't argue with that.
True.
So let me talk about, the Forge World Open Day, or whatever it was. It was some kind of open day in the UK that I didn't get to go to, which bums me out. But we got all this hot news, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that stuff is everything. I was pleased with every single thing that I heard. Now, I know that in the next book we're not going to get Blood Angels Legion rules, but we're going to get, we're going to get some models. We're going to get some rules. We're going to give me something that I can build and paint.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, Dark Angels 2, all the neat stuff. And I want to talk about this Cerastus Knight Atropos. I think this thing is the real deal. This thing is 435 points. It's 435 points. So it's the most expensive knight, I believe, but I think it's worth it. It's got the knight stats across the board, except it has 7 hull points.
No, okay, I like that.
So one more. Well, there's a reason. When it every time it fires, it has the possibility to wound itself.
I don't like that.
Well, it's on a 1. On a 1, you wound yourself.
So it gets hot.
Yeah, but it's got the blessed auto simulacra. I call it the blessed auto mascara, which is essentially a vehicle equivalent of the Will Not Die.
Oh, okay.
So
like, is it like a 5-up?
No, it's a 6. It's a 6. I believe it's a 6. But on a 6, you get it comes back. You get a hull point back.
I don't know. What are the guns then? Because I don't like that.
Okay. Here's the deal. The gun, the Graviton Singularity Cannon. You like the sound of that already?
You know how to get me fired up.
Has a 36-inch range, strength 8, AP 2, heavy 1, large blast. Armor bane, concussive, and has a rule called collapsing singularity. This is what it is.
Lay that on me.
Before firing the weapon, you roll a d6. On the result of a 1, it suffers a hull point with no saves of any kind. On the roll of a 6, the attack is carried out with the Vortex special rule.
Oh, yes. I want 2 of them.
Well, the Vortex rule. Now, I had to kind of look at this because I kind of thought I knew what it did, and I certainly have used it before with Vortex of Doom or whatever. But it is you take wounds as originating from the center of the hole. So you can, if you roll that 6, you can snipe with it, or at least put people where they're making lookout search checks that matter.
Yeah.
Because you fling that D weapon small blast over there.
Oh, that's gonna be so brutal.
I mean,
I love it. Like that's a fun rule too.
Yeah.
That's such a fun rule.
Associated with it?
What's that?
What was the points for it?
Well, the knight is 435 points. So it has.
We're talking Primarch points.
Yeah. That's. I guess that'd be on the low end of the Primarchs. I guess. It also has the Atropos Las Cutter. Sounds goofy, right?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's
sounds
8-inch,
awesome.
strength D, AP 2, heavy 1 beam.
Bringing beam back, huh?
A strength D beam. So it's essentially like a 20-inch range when you consider in the movement of the knight.
That's fast.
12-inch threat, yeah.
So you can line up
20-inch D beam.
Well, I mean it's an 8-inch, but you can line up some really good angles for that beam.
No, that's actually really, really strong.
Now, how does this work? Because if memory serves, I'm probably getting it completely wrong. Doesn't it get weaker as it goes through targets?
I have to look at that. I don't know if that's a 7th edition rule anymore.
Oh, okay.
But strength D,
I remember something
minus
about
to
that.
plus, it's just D.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of getting at. Is like, how do you negate D? Like, there's nothing below D. It's just like D, 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 D.
I'm barely done scratching the
Right.
surface on this thing's rules yet, though. For 10 points, you can buy the Ocular Augmetics. 10 points.
No.
Does anybody want to take a
sounds too
guess at what that
expensive.
does?
The Ocular.
Let's just use a knight.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
The Ocular Augmetics, it allows the knight to reroll 1s on the damage table or destroyer table with shooting attacks, as long as the target is within 12 inches.
Oh, that's huge. That's worth it every day.
It also happens to give night vision.
Oh,
Bonus.
there it is. You were right. You win.
That's
You were half right. But how?
Seems like-
Okay, because
seems like
this
you would
thing,
never,
the
ever
Knights
take
have been
that.
able to have these for. The Knights, the Knights have always been able to get this, but they haven't had any D shooting attacks until this one.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like that feels a little undercosted, I'd say.
10 points well spent. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's,
Rerolling
Yeah,
of ones on the
okay.
destroyer table and on the damage table is obnoxious. Now it's got to be within 12 inches,
Huge.
and it's only for shooting attacks.
Okay, so your
But-
beam.
Yeah, your beam, and
You know,
I mean, you
like-
got your even if you don't get the vortex, it's still strength 8, large blast, AP2, armor bane.
AP2.
Yeah, that don't suck at all.
That's really strong on its own.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
concussive. So I mean, you're able to
Golly.
kind of
Oh, man.
line up some favorable charges. You know, if you're playing a whole knight army, you know, maybe you do need to concuss a Wraith Knight or whatever and charge in with the Lancer or the Acheron.
Yeah, man, that's huge. Okay,
Okay,
so,
so
the
you
thing,
think go ahead.
it's 445 points base.
Yeah, you might as well
Not
just call it. So
430 or
you guys
5.
think I'm done describing its rules?
Well, clearly not.
Well, you have to be done describing its rules because
That's right.
that's really good at 450 now. I mean,
It has an
Awesome.
ionic flare shield.
oh, the regular old flare. Oh, come on, man.
It has a 4 plus invulnerable save, same way the knights work. All right, but shooting attacks against the shield are reduced by -1 strength.
Hmm.
Blast and template weapons are
Golly.
-2 strength.
It with
Yeah.
itself. I love it.
I think,
okay.
is that the first
You're
night
like
you can
immune
take
to
flare
yourself.
shields? I know you can take them on a.
I don't remember if the other Mechanicum Knight gets it, but I mean this one definitely has it. It has the flank speed rule where it can run 3d6 instead of shooting. I don't know when I don't know when you wouldn't just be firing this thing all day long all the time.
Yeah, that's up there with the anchors away.
Yeah.
Just don't do
I'm almost done.
it. God, really?
It has macro extinction targeting protocols.
Is that free? Like the last two
It's
things?
free. It just
God.
comes with all this is free. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's built into the point cost.
Where?
When making shooting attacks against targets with a super heavy or gargantuan creature type, the Cerestus Knight Atropos counts its weapons as twin linked.
This thing is ridiculous. Like, well, it's the Wraith Knight killer, so everybody that complains about Wraith Knights. There you go.
Yeah, Steaker. I wasn't sure that. I thought that was a 6th thing, not a 7th. I'd like to say that I'm in love with this knight, and I will start my life with it very soon.
I mean, it's just it's so aggressively pointed. Is that the thing now, though? Like, I mean, that's got to be the thing. Aggressive points. Golly.
Well, I mean, 435 points in. Now, this is made with Horse Heresy in mind. That actually is a lot of points. And if you're using the Age of Darkness army list constructions, limits what you have to be playing in a 2,500 point list or something to be able to get this in your list.
All right. I missed the
but
part where
it-
this was made for the heresy, not 40K.
Well, it has rules for using 40K. You can take
Yeah.
this in any knight form. Allows you to take any knight.
That's crazy.
So
So crazy.
yeah, so what that means is like the baronial court, for instance. The baronial court allows you to get +1 to your ion shield saves. Now I know that's not the same as an ionic shield save, but we live in a world where there's interpretive rules.
I have to get Kelly on that because if that's the case, I'm buying
By
one.
the letter,
Like,
by the letter, it's not. Like the baronial court says ion shield saves. This is an ionic
Yeah.
shield save, so not in a bit of
yeah, this is gonna be rough.
hang on a second. Yeah,
Yeah, we lost Josh.
try. Yeah, this is talking about lost technology. This is good.
Hey,
Hang on.
I don't think he's.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, while you do that, dude, I'm gonna prep. I gotta move this bad boy. I'll show everybody him real quick. Oh goodness! So I got this bad boy in the mail today from our buddy Chris Birch.
Speaking of knights,
yes, sir.
Scattershot painting.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job on it, man. I'm very impressed with the weathering. There's a lot of little detail. It's gonna be hard to pick up on this because I suck at technology, but he put up some pictures. I'll try to take some pictures once I get the base done. But this thing is beast, and it's gonna stomp on some souls. But not only did I get that in the mail today, but I got a bunch of stuff.
Here's that epic unboxing, people.
Oh, you guys better you better hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. I did that earlier. Doing that. It's so.
We were totally not sponsored by BattleBin. So it's for purely our own entertainment.
Yeah, I've been like following these dudes for a long time, and it was a very big like build up to their launch. But I support them. I love them. This is Loot Crate for gamers, so you can't go wrong. So what came in this one? They did like a little hard, not plastic, but like it's thick, and this is like their monthly magazine, if you will. And it's got some fun rules in there. It tells you what's in the box, what's coming next. So spoiler alert, if you're big in World War II themes, next month's box is going to have a World War II theme to it. This month is Battles and Brews, as it was called. And it's all drinking games. So it's pretty awesome. So you get a bag of drinking dice. It's got a 4-sided die, a bunch of 8-sided dice with like tankards on it. So I'm assuming every time one of those comes up, you got a drink. Those dragon coins that I showed you guys before, this one has Dwarven. So it's got some pretty neat like runes around the edge, some Dwarven heads, armor, stuff like that. The iconography.
Dwarves like to drink.
Yeah, iconography. That's a word. Don't judge me. Drinking Quest. It's a little simple game. It's card-based. You get a little data sheet. You draw a card. You do what it says. I think it's like at the end of the game, whoever racks up the most experience points wins. Basically, you're going to get smashed. And it's pretty fun, pretty quick. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. That one was seems like a lot of fun. Now, Iron and Ale is the premier piece to this. Now, there's 1.5 billion cards in here. I was reading through the rules slightly. Basically, it's like a turn-based card game where you drink a lot. You got to like roll dice to match statistics. Like here's one pack of the die or the cards. Like that's thick. And then here's another pack. And then here's your hero pack. And that one's pretty thin. It's got a few heroes in it. It only has one die, but it's got like numbers, 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 or whatever like that. And so you're rolling off think leadership tests, basically. And if you pass the leadership test, you kill the monster. Good to go. You get its loot and your honor and all that stuff. Whoever has the most honor at the end of the game wins, and everybody's drunk. The last thing that it came with was this epic Viking loot sack. But inside
you know that because it says Viking sack of loot on it.
Yeah, right? Inside of it, though, it's got a dwarven bag of holding. It was very awesome. And then I didn't prep very well. Sorry, I left the rubber on. It's got a beer mug. Now I'm going to try to get this a little closer so everybody can see it. It's got a beholder, but it's a beer holder now. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the hat that you put in like to your mouth. It's got one of those on there. This is a beer holder. Wearily floats towards you.
That's actually pretty cool.
So you use this. Fill it up with your drink of choice. You got a bunch of different games inside that magazine. There was a couple different drinking games with it too. So everything was focused around like dwarves, Vikings, and drinking. So this one was really fun.
I'd have been happy to get that in the mail.
So yeah, man. If you guys want to check it out, go. Hit them up for sure. I'm definitely not canceling my subscription.
Oh, my
And
apologies. Justin P is trying to keep me honest. There's one more rule about that night. I need to go back.
What?
It also hits.
We can't go back. Like, we've already moved
hits
on.
in string D close combat. The last cutter gives it a melee attack at string D also.
Great.
Oh, man, that's what Magna Cutters should have been on.
Like I said, I'm beginning my new life with this knight, and we're going to live happily ever after. Yeah, especially since we know that
right,
Mechanicum are coming to 40K. I mean, like, you can't stop this AdMag train.
So
yeah, dude, that's like a ridiculous amount of rules.
Yeah, but it's a lot of points. It really is a lot of points, and it's just a night. I mean, it is just a night. We know that one night is not that big of a deal. But this is something like I would feel very confident putting this in a Space Marine list. Like this is like Super Friends' big brother. Like, oh, you want to mess with us?
Yeah.
Well, you got to mess with this guy now.
I'm just thinking, even in 30K though. I mean, I can't think of anything in 30K that's gonna make that thing, worry.
No, it's got pretty much all the. It's neat. I think it's as tough as it needs to be, and it has lots of answers, and I'm very happy to, again, want to play with it. But Forge World, I mean, they've been knocking it out of the park. I can't say enough good stuff about it. I mean, you said Dreadnought, but like the Gatling grav cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks a lot bulkier, beefier. I like that.
Yeah. Dean's saying that he thinks the Strix has a flare shield too. Dean, I actually talked to Price, and he mentioned y'all's game for the ATC. He said he had a really good time. Looking to recreate some of that. Maybe get somebody get the leg up here in Warzone. I mean, we can't make matches like that happen, but. You never know.
I'll do my best. I have no pool.
I'm trying to think of some interesting ways to make. I mean, we got the Kill Team Terror tournament going on November 13th, which is Friday the 13th. So depending on the interest in that, I certainly won't want to do anything that takes away from anybody potentially wanting to do that. But I wouldn't mind having something similar to that I got from my conversations with Reese about having just a night on night, just everyone bring a night battle royal.
Well, like I know which one I'm bringing.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that. I suggested it. We got a good buddy of the show who's a big night enthusiast. I suggested to him he needs to get that the second it is available from Forge World and use that thing.
Yeah.
Because what I was talking about earlier is that in these formations that just allow you to take any knight, you can take one of these guys. I mean, that's any of the Forge World Knights, not just specifically this one we're talking about, but in any of the formations that don't have a specific knight listed as one you have to take, then it's fair game.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That dude's gonna see some play. He's got a lot of rules that are really good, that function well with a lot of lists that people can create. I think that one's going to be like some top table scene.
Well, it's like, okay, you're not going to see it in Adamantium Lance because it tells you specifically which knights you can take. But in the Oathsworn detachment, the one that you would either take as an ally or one that you take in the War Convocation, all that is just some kind of Lord of War knight.
Oh my god. I didn't even think of that. It can go in the War Convocation. That's ridiculous. It's the same amount of points.
And you don't have to pay that 10 points for the ocular augmentation.
Dude, think about it, though. That makes it 10 points more than the Shooty Knight, the one with the 2 guns. Like, that's insane.
I forgot. Durantis is 500 points, so he's not the most expensive knight.
He don't count. He sucks.
He's kind of cool.
I mean, he sounds cool.
The Exalted Court is another one that just takes 5 Imperial Knights of any type.
Yeah, but see, those are hard to take in an 1850 list, though, because you're really limited. You're going to end up taking a bunch of the melee versions.
The Baronial Court is one that takes 3 to 5 just Imperial Knights of any type.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Sky Reaper Lance.
That's the one that all you have to do is just put the Icaruses on the top of it, or what?
Yeah, when targeting enemy knight flyers from this formation, reroll failed armor penetration rolls. You can choose to reroll glancing hits and attempt to instead get a penetrating hit. But the second result, anyway, when targeting enemy flying monsters, creatures, knights from this formation, reroll failed the wound roll.
Nice.
Which, yeah, you all have to take the last cannon or the Icarus cannons, but they can't. This guy can't do that. So yeah, I guess there are some restrictions.
Some small limitations.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of neat that this thing goes in. I mean, and not just this one. You know, I'm a big fan of the Acheron. Now I'm a bigger fan of this one though. Like,
yeah, are there good picks out of it, or is it?
Oh yeah, it's on the Forge World site. Like, if you go to Forge World, it's full spread, and all the rules are available. Like, you just download the rules. It's not experimental. It's not anything. It's just, you want to play with this knight? Here's some rules.
Ready, go. Here it is. I'm gonna have to play test that bad boy sometime this week because that just sounds so fun. Like,
yeah,
so many rules.
It looks very intimidating too. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, it's beef. It's real beef.
Yeah. I need to have this in my life.
Yeah,
I feel like it was made for me.
This knight means business, and everything about it, and everything about the paint job, and everything else they mentioned, they put out about this knight says he means business.
Golly, crazy.
But I mean, that's just
just
one of the things we got from this open day. Like, we have awesome things coming out from Forge World, and I'm excited.
Garrow.
Yeah, that Garrow.
I mean, that was the biggest shock for me.
I didn't expect him to have such a radically different model to be from the Sigillite.
Yeah, I'm a little. I was kind of hoping that there was going to be a Death Guard version of him, but I guess wishful thinking, huh?
I think his armor is the same. It's just painted differently. Because all the what is it? The Death Guard picture of him. He still has the big Aquila behind him, or the big eagle over his head. So
now, this dude's got a big eagle on his chest now, and he's got like Malcador symbols on his shins.
Yeah.
I do think, in all fairness, though, Justin, I think that his original Death Guard armor would have just been like any old Tac Squad looking guy, or maybe a power.
Like I meant more like rule wise. Like, I was kind of hoping there was going to be a way to use him, like release like a dual model, or something.
I got you. Well, yeah. Well, we don't know
with
if there
the Death Guard.
Yeah. We don't technically know.
I really hope
that
they do.
Yeah, but that'd be cool because I bet a lot of people would like to do that.
Mind, that's where my head is when you say Garrow, you guys think of like all the cool stuff that he did. I just think that he was a bad A dude from the Death Guard.
Well, the cool stuff that we got, high on was that Flight of the Eisenstein stuff, man, where he's,
I've
you
not
really
read that yet.
And then at the end of the book, at the end of that book, well, it's like the fourth one or whatever. It's like almost like a tragedy. Like, all he wants to do is this, and it doesn't happen. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it, but it is a great, great book. Being part of the show,
have to get on
we've been blessed to be able to speak kind of one-on-one with James Swallow, and getting and kind of like him telling us his insights and his opinions about some of these things was really cool because that came through in his writing, and that's just kind of a testament to how good he's getting with his writing because we felt the same way.
Yeah.
Dude has many talents.
He's a very passionate writer. That's the number one thing that I get out of every time there was a chance to speak with him. He's a very passionate guy. Like,
looking
with
forward.
What he does, so.
Well, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the next Blood Angels book that he comes out with.
Yeah, definitely. He found his niche. He's excelling. His stuff's getting better and better.
It is, and he's writing for Star Wars. He's writing for. He wrote for Star Trek. He's got he's got a Star Trek book that just came out.
Yeah.
Like, the dude is.
Definitely.
He's jamming hard. So that's I know I went off on kind of like a geek tyrant or rant, but it's just so much stuff. It's hard not to. So coming up,
it's called a tangent.
We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Warzone Atlanta, November 13th to the 15th. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a 2-day 40K event with lunch provided, convention lunch. It's going to be good. We wanted to build the type of event that we wanted to play at. So some of the features are going to be every table is going to have its own space. You're not going to be touching any other table. You're going to be able to walk around the table as much as you want. We're arranging being able to order drinks to your table and have them brought by people to serve them, so you don't have to leave the game while you're relaxing.
The number one thing that TPM don't like racket.
Oh, if I could ever release some of the pre-show recordings.
Yeah. There might be like some footage of me crying at one point, so maybe if we could find that.
I keep that in a special place, locked away. Yeah.
Every time you have a down day.
They're going to be fun times the whole time. We're going to be there setting up on early Friday morning, so if anybody's rolling through early, wants to come by and hang out, I mean, I'm not going to put you to work necessarily, but if you want to come by and hang out, we'll be there. Going to be partying all the way through Friday, start this tournament, run it. Going to be focused a lot on, I tell you, it's going to be the type of event we want to play at. It's going to be very competitive. There will be, whoever wins this tournament, the overall is going to have to kind of match it all in every area. You're going to have a great-looking army. You're going to have you're going to have to ability to not be irritating everybody. You're going to have good sportsmanship. But that's so hard to judge. I don't like giving people the ability to affect the outcome of any of your awards after you've just beat them.
Yeah.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So where I was going to have to, and there's no perfect system. So we're going to have to get kind of creative on that side.
Yeah.
But I feel like that we're going to take all the subjectiveness out of it as we possibly can, but still crown a very all-encompassing champion for the event. And then, I mean, the awards won't stop there. We're going to prize as deep as we possibly can. We're going to have awards for everything that makes sense. It's not going to just be show up and get, a handshake or a trophy that says thanks for coming. You're going to have to earn it, but we're going to prize as absolutely deep as we possibly can. I don't know if you guys were at the last seasonal in February, but that we gave away something like 15 awards. That was
there was so many awards. Like the awards ceremony was so long.
It was not long.
Every time I thought it was over, it was like 4 hours. I thought it was over, and then it was like Paul's just like reaching into this bag. Oh wait. And then there's more. I was like, man, where's all this stuff coming from?
And it was good prizes.
Like Santa Claus sack.
Good prizes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We gave away a fat mat to the last place guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to say who it was, but I was like, we didn't have any drops. Nobody dropped from this event. That's how much fun everybody was having. A 2-day event, 0 drops. Everyone played. Everyone's having a good time. And that's a lot to do with the culture. And the atmosphere that we plug into this event.
Yeah,
can't leave.
Anybody that, anybody that was there, everybody just walked away so happy, and it was such a good time. You're not going to be able to replicate that kind of bonding and camaraderie at some of these larger events, just because time and they're going to be a lot more focused on different things. Like Adepticon, you don't have that kind of time when you're at Adepticon. This is a GT that's at the intimate level where you really are just in that room with everybody, and everybody's feeding off everybody. It's hard to put words to it, but such
like there's some people that they may be kind of, I don't want to say nervous, but apprehensive about coming to a place maybe not knowing anybody. Man, you guys know us. Justin and I will be there. Josh, I know you can't see him right now, but he'll be there. I said I'll be there wanting to hang out. I'm not playing. I'm running the event, so I have plenty of time to hang out with you, chew the fat, that kind of stuff. So I mean, don't be worried about maybe not knowing anybody. You know us.
I'll be tabled at like turn 1, so I'm gonna have plenty of time. That wooden spoon, man, I'm telling you, I have a feeling I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, the golden sombrero, I think is what we used to call it down here. Well, guys, I know I've kind of rattled on about. I mean, there was just so much new stuff that came out, so it ate up a lot of time. And I'm really pumped about this event. We've got a super active event page. So if you go to Facebook, it's Warzone Atlanta. Look for that for the events page. WarzoneAtlanta.com is the web address that has a bunch of information. We are an ITC scoring event. I can't believe I forgot that. If you want to get points in that arena, you can get those points at this event. And it's going to be fun. That's just it. It's going to be fun. I've been going to these events forever. Feels like for absolutely ever. And, my main goal is to have a good time.
Have we, is Pajama Pants coming? Has he committed or not?
He He is not committed, but for good reasons. He wants to come, and he's participating on the events page, man. So I know if he can make it, he will be there. I will say though that we published draft missions. Put them out there, awaiting some feedback, and the meetings that we had about those missions. Justin can probably attest to this. There was some tension as as I'm putting the missions in a headlock and making them be fun.
Tension. Yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
But we have a product that is absolutely great, and I'm proud of it. I mean, that's just it. They've come out to be very much in line with Forge narrative type missions, where you're not going to balance this game just with missions alone. You need points, you need an environment, you need missions, you need people to care, and we have all of that.
Yeah, that's going to be.
So this will be one of the most balanced, competitive, exciting events in the country.
Yeah. And the only reason I brought up Pajama Pants too is he is #1 in the ITC right now. So, if he were to make it, if he were to make it, talk about bullseye on your head. You know what I mean? Like, that dude's on fire this year, and I can't wait. Like Adepticon, I'm kidnapping him and making him my 40K coach.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
Hey. Yeah, well, run, Alan, run.
You ain't gonna outrun me. Oh, you might.
Yeah, I think so.
You might. I'll take.
Anyway, I'm real jazzed, and where I was going with that was like these missions have now been played at a couple of local events, and we've received some pretty good positive feedback from feedback, neither positive or negative. I've really felt that way, but we've had some good things said about them. And I think that's a testament to all the work that we've loaded into making them good, using some experience that we've had from writing all these the FTN missions and stuff before. And it's only going to get better. The more they're played, the more people tell us about their experiences, the more we can put into it. And I think it's just going to get better and better leading up to the event. We're going to deliver a fun, competitive experience.
Yeah.
All centered around.
For some reason the zombie apocalypse breaks out, we got to go to TPM's house. It's ready.
It is ready.
We got a plan. Don't worry.
I can't use the gaming tables because that's what goes up on the wall to block out all the intruders.
Yeah, no gaming is going to be going on during the zombie
Well, no, we'll figure something out. We'll game on the floor.
It's a sheer.
Well, guys, we're about the end of the hour. I apologize for taking it up just on talking about hobby and tournament stuff. But I guess that's why we're here anyway, right?
It's our little hangout of what's everybody up to. And this is what we were up to. So I'm down. Everybody that chimed in on the comment section, that's what it's called, chat section.
What do we call that? Gabriel's got an actual question. I might be able to answer it within 2 minutes. Is there an effective way to run dual Keeper of Secrets? I'm using them with the Doomstone for my Leadership Falcon punch list. I hate to say it.
That's the Slanesh one, right?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, they're annoying, but they're not like game changing.
They don't have necessarily the real ability to protect themselves. Yeah. I don't think. And I think that's what's part of the problem is they don't have any inherent defense, and the game is so offensive right now that unless you have one of these really ridiculous defenses, a 2+ save, or you're flying, maybe a 2+ save and fly, that you're going to be at a serious disadvantage against a lot of the things you're going to see out there.
Yeah, what it's like, because I've ran against that a lot against Kelly. Not Kelly Wallace, Kelly K, one of the listeners of the show here. What it does is it's going to hit you really, really hard right up front, and then it's going to die. So whatever you're using it for, you just need to make sure like math is on your side. You can use it effectively, but it's still got that handcuff like Paul was saying. So
if it's part of your strat, if you got a theme, I'm certainly not saying don't take it. If you got a theme, run the theme.
And all Slanesh Army can do pretty well as long as you're using your points in the correct spots. Take some Furies, like Slanesh Furies.
I like Slanesh Furies. I don't mind them at all.
Yeah, they're really good to tie down some stuff and get in there. They're kind of quick, screen some things. use that bad boy to clean up some tougher stuff that you know you can kill, because it does have a lot of attacks. It's got a super high initiative and strength 6 APT or something like that.
You got to have some luck to make it there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's 11 o'clock. So we got to wrap it. H-Town Hammer, I'm sorry I missed your what's up. Evening to you. Hope you're still sticking around.
Yeah.
Guys, thank y'all for joining us in the chat today. Justin and Josh, thanks for getting on. We will get Josh's technology worked out for next week. Look, this Google Hangout stuff is not. It's free and it's not easy. At least not easy to figure out the first time. Once you get it and you get going or whatever. But it's a work in progress. I really appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out with me tonight. In the chat. Thank y'all very much. If you have any, subscribe if you haven't already. I think it's somewhere down here.
It's in that general.
Hit us up on Facebook or on Twitter. You'll have a good rest of y'all's night.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Good night, everybody.